Hello everybody, this time we're making a new video on no, it's not Soul Smash. I'm just playing this for the intro. Okay, it's going to be on creating a hybrid to kill Vex, because I thought that would be cool. I mean, I took part in the other hybrid wars, so why not this one, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna be creating the hybrid to take on Vex. So yes, let me just I'll just cut into the video part. That's my species name. This is to combat Vex, by the way, in the water hybrid wars. That's what he dubbed it. Voltrix, by the way, he means Goji guy. Okay, Voltrix means volt means coil. Yeah, it doesn't mean like the voltage. Okay. And next, Rix means ruler. So ruler of coiling. It doesn't really sound good, but it works. Okay, it works. That's all needs to be there. It just needs to work. Next. Now we're gonna say Wyvern, which is basically the it's that dragon thing, right? The dragon. It's the mythical creature. That's a dragon thing. So that's a Wyvern. You should know that over Wyvern. Okay. Next, what is it made out of? It's made out of Titanoboa. That's the main body. And Vasuki Indicus, also main body. The reason I put Titanoboa is because Vasuki Indicus is rather new, and I need something familiar, because I have no clue what if it has something that we don't know of. So, but then technically everything that's extinct we don't know of. So it's confusing, but yeah, I'm just dumping them both in. That's the main body, so it's a snake. Next, Pit Viper. This guy gives some gnarly fangs. It also gives some heat / thermal vision and an excellent smell, because vipers smell with their tongue. Yeah, that's weird, but they do, and it's actually great. And also, by the way, if I forgot, and I did forget to tell, thanks to Titanoboa DNA, the nostrils are up so that these guys can smell out of water. It's a semi-aquatic, so because I don't want this guy just to combat Vex. I want this guy to actually beat Vex, and basically everything else. It should be an apex predator. And bring light to the word river monster. Monster. It's a river monster. Okay, back to the thing. Next, eel. It gives its magical resistance to electricity and the way to produce electricity via electrocytes and also electroception. I think that's what it's called, which is basically like an echolocation via electricity, I guess. That's the easiest way of saying it, but even though it's not, that's an easy way of saying it. Next, Deinosuchus and Purosaurus. I think that's how I pronounce the second one. Purosaur? I have no clue. You just have to stick around and watch. So now, the Deinosuchus is mainly for its armor, because Deinosuchus has better armor than the Purosaur. So it's a strong, powerful armor, while the Purosaur is giving us its not deadly, large snout, because I think that's the largest crocodilian snout. So yeah, that's the thing. Next I would say, is that probably it? Okay, I'd say that's basically everything in the crocodilian part. Its armor and its jaw. And by the way, why I want a large jaw or robust and wide snout is because something that's coming up soon would be very heavy head. Yeah, so we need something to balance out its like weight, so you can just stretch it, in which the weight gets balanced out because it's one way or the way, So for example, the bite force is a simple thing. So if something bites, if it's one tooth, it would be a higher psi, but if it's a lot amount of tooth, it'll be a lower psi, because, and the same goes here, because like the more weight and the more distribution, so you're distributing the same weight in a larger area, in which case it feels lighter, even though it's the same weight as all that weight within one area. Now, that's basically physics for you, but check my channel description and it says some laws of physics. You should know that. I will be teaching physics, that would be necessary. Everything needs physics in this planet. Okay, next. Orca gives echolocation, advanced intelligence, and also some pack hunting stuff, even though you might not use it. These guys are solitary. Not solitaire, solitary. So, but it's just, they can work together. Like a Komodo dragon or Carcharodontosaurus. So it's just gonna work together if they're trying to take down something big. So for example, if they want to take down a large sauropod, they're gonna need to work in a group, right? So next, dragonfish. Now dragonfish is just picked for bioluminescence and a little light below its pupil, which basically, I don't know, it just makes it see better, it's brighter. But the good thing about this is that other creatures can't see it. Well, most other creatures, some creatures can see it. It's a small bioluminescence, which can only be seen by a very few amount of creatures, which is cool, and I want that. And also bioluminescent stripe, I like that as well. That's going to be very, very, very useful later on. By the way, I'm not using any speed. This guy, I actually thought of swordfish, but I changed it last minute. Because how is a snake gonna use swordfish DNA? How will it? It's quite different, right? Now next, spiny dogfish shark. Now these guys may not look like much, but they are one of the coolest creatures. Like, I'd say there are only a few other creatures that are somewhat as cool as it, like the vampire bat. But these guys are just so cool. These guys give some dentin teeth, which, if you don't know what dentin is, and I just learned about this thing when I was researching for this video, which was a long time. So yeah, dentin teeth is basically like a metal, I would give it all around its skeleton, but that won't help it in any way. Instead, it will have some little amount of dentin osteoderms, very little. Okay, I for example, I just like putting metal onto my creatures. I don't know why. I feel like that's gonna be good for it. I don't know why. It's just cool getting metal. Somehow or some way, I'm just gonna put metal in it. Then immunity to so many diseases. That's something that you can't joke around. These guys have great immunity. Next we have, wait, there's one more feature about the spiny dogfish. It's that they go through USWS. I think that's how it's called, right? Thinking my unhemispheric slow wave. Yeah, it is. USWS. It means unhemispheric slow wave sleep, and which is a very cool thing, and actually helps like sharks. Not all sharks have this, but it's cool because not all sharks have it. So sharks have this ability. Now, even though it doesn't, like, okay, my creature does not have gills. It's land breeder, okay. But I thought this would be useful in other ways. But the reason the spiny dogfish has it is because sharks. These guys need to move. If they can't move, well then they're dead. If they don't move, like their gills can't break. It has to be forward moving. You can't go swim backwards or tilt because the gills they wouldn't be able to pick up on the air. In which case it's not gonna work. So these spiny dogfish have developed a way to put a half of their brain to sleep, which is so crazy. Because these guys don't need to sleep, because they're always asleep. They're full-time sleepers. They never wake. They're never asleep. They're never awake, which is so cool. Okay, that's all for the dogfish. Now we have a last contributor. I think. Let me just check. The crocodilians, the tree snakes, the shark, the orca, the dragonfish. Yeah, that's one more. Last but not least, sperm whale. It's a very, very cool creature. What we need about this guy is a massive forehead. I told you, it needs a massive forehead, right? Because I made a pterosaur just for the head. So, you need that massive forehead because number one, that's also weight. You're gonna get a lot of weight and you need to use it. So that's a better bite. So, which is needed. We need a better bite. But it also has something known as the biggest and loudest sounds. It is the loudest animal that we know. That I don't think any prehistoric animal is that as loud, but we don't know. We can't check the decibels of a prehistoric animal, can we? So this is the loudest animal with the second largest forehead in the planet. There's nothing larger than that. There's nothing louder than that. That thing can make so much noise. Now you're asking, why do I need it? Why on earth would I need a lot of sound? It's because it's needed for its hunting. Let me discuss. Okay. It has 4 ways of sensing the ocean. I mean, not the ocean, the world. It knows, like, if you blind it, it has 3 other senses. If somehow it can't hear, see or smell, it has electrosection or something. I forgot what it is called. So it has the best cognition, and it can basically what is like stun other animals, because it's so loud, the sperm whale, that it doesn't work, the brain. I mean, on the brain, like the ear, so it can't hear anything, and it's gonna get stunned because the ear is connected to the nervous system, which is connected to the brain, which will create some sort of sound, which is and then the bioluminescence can be toned up a lot, which means it can get blinded. So you're gonna lose 2 senses of sight. So Its speed is very slow, 10 miles per hour on land and water. Its bite force is it's basically wherever it bites. It is extremely intelligent with around 100 IQ, and its length is like 100 no, 56 feet long, which is large. So 56 feet. That's that's the largest snake. Probably the second loudest animal. This is one of the best predators. If you're on land, if you're on woody, you can't beat this guy. I was planning on putting two other guys, which is salamander and swordfish, but Goji guy convinced me not to in his latest live stream. So he didn't convince me personally, but like he was talking about in his live stream that the axolotls have something bad and then they just metamorphosize, which we do not want. A metamorphosing animal, that is horrible. No one wants that. No one wants that. I don't know who would want a metamorphosizing animal in battle. So I'd say this is it. Meet Thalassalophobia. Yeah, Thalassalophobia. Which means the fear of the depths. Depths, I mean like the deep water. And it is a large Voltarex wyvern and is meant to kill. Now these guys are usually found they can be found in rivers, but we'll say they are most likely in the Philippines, Indonesians, the Malaysian, and of course the rainforest of Amazon. You cannot put it there. Every giant creature lives in the Amazon. If you've seen my one of my posts, I said if everything is big in Texas, everything's larger in South America, and everything's deadlier in Australia. So that's a post I put. That for good reasons. It's that's mainly it. The video this video is taken me. When did the video get uploaded? Goji guys. Goji guy. Visit channel. Videos. Latest. A month. So it's been more than 4 weeks since I've started making this guy. So much changes. This guy is no longer the guy I made 4 weeks ago. This is one of the biggest videos. Even bigger than the Pterosaur video. The original one. Because the second ones and all those were basically just changes, edits. But this is a month of hard work. So hope you all liked it, and I put a lot of editing for once. This is my first largely edited video. Aha! Okay. So please like and subscribe. I want to reach 50. I'm already 48. If I get 50 subscribers, I can live stream. And the first live stream is probably going to be playing something. Okay, hope you all like, just subscribe. Please. And bye-bye.